Vidal Perez came to work at his coin laundry the morning of July 1st, 2010, unaware that someone was out to kill him. The murderer entered the store, shot Vidal in the abdomen, then in the arm, and finally put the gun to Vidal Perez's head to inflict the final deadly shot. The moment the barrel of that gun was pointed at Vidal's head, he prayed for a miracle, and he got one.
My name is Vidal Perez, and I'm alive. I'm here because of the hands of the Lord. It's a miracle that I'm here. Once more, God showed me the power of praying, and I've been always on His hands.
My husband has always been a person who is a fighter.
This is undoubtedly a miracle. I believe that with God, anything is possible.
That July 1st was a normal day to me. I got up, I got to the business a little before 7, and this other driver pulled next to my car. I saw him come out of the car and go to the convenience store. So I went ahead and mind my business opening the doors of the laundromat.
While walking into the store, we were able to get the subject on the phone speaking to someone. The subject was asking the other person online, "Where is he? I'm not in the right place. Are you sure this is not the place? I'm here, I can't see him. I don't know where he's at." This was ascertained from actual witnesses that morning.
As I opened the door of the laundromat, this guy comes out of the convenience store and came close to me and asked, "Is the laundromat open?" And I said, "Yes, but why are you closed?" As I said that, he walked away to his car, opened the trunk, and I look at him opening his trunk, and I said, "Well, he's getting his clothes." And I went inside. A couple of minutes after, when I was opening my office door, the guy came back in the store again with no clothes. At that point, you know, I was suspicious because I was by myself, and the guy comes back with no clothes. And I asked him, "Can I help you?" And he pulled a gun out of his pocket and said, "This is an assault." And I said, "This is an assault, just take what you want. Don't harm me. I'm not gonna pursue you. It's like I never seen you, just take what you want." He answered me with the first shot, and that was the shot to the lower stomach.
We know he was shot 3 times. 2 of those wounds were deadly wounds, mortal wounds. The shot to the stomach.
Anyone that is shot by a small caliber, a bullet, all it does is ricochet and tears everything up inside the cavity of the human body. The one to the arm was devastating. It actually shattered completely the bone, and his hand was hanging.
The shot to the head. How many times have we heard shots to the head, you know, into his brain?
When it gets into the cranium area, into the brain, it's just gonna chop it up. I said, this man's not gonna survive this.
At that point, I collapsed. I lost conscience. So for a few minutes after that, I don't know what happened. When I gained conscience back, I noticed that no one had come to the store, that no one heard what happened. And the Lord gave me the strength to stand up. And I stood up and I walked next door.
Vidal is a big believer in God, and I believe that there were angels there at the time that carried him next door.
Normally when you're shot in the lower abdomen, it's impossible to sit up, to get up. If Vidal wouldn't have gone up, he would have basically died there at that spot where he was left for dead.
He was able to get himself up after being shot and to walk next door to a convenience store where it just so happens that was open and that person was there, and this is first thing in the morning.
I opened next door and I said, "John, I've been shot." And he said, "By who?" And I said, "By the person that came into your store. He's the guy that shot me." So I collapsed again inside the store.
I contacted the Metro Dade detective. He told me that Vidal had died there at the scene, that the paramedics had to resuscitate him to take him to the hospital.
I got conscious back when the paramedic was putting me inside the ambulance, and they were ripping all my clothes off and just taking care of me and trying to find where the wounds were and all those things. At that point, I felt that I was getting unconscious to get I was going. And I just said, "Lord, in your hands I commend my spirit, my wife, my daughters, and everything I am and everything I ever be is in your wonderful hands." And after that, I didn't gain conscience back until about 18 days after.
At the hospital, they did emergency surgery. That on the operating table, his heart stopped again, and they had to resuscitate him a second time.
And they had to actually open my chest from the center all the way to the back to manually massage my heart to bring me back.
He had a problem with fluids, and he died a third time. They had to revive him a third time.
It was a roller coaster. Every single day was a struggle, but we just kept praying.
When the doctor came to speak to my mom, that's when she started mentioning the bullets, and I freaked out, and she started talking about the bullet in the head and the bullet in the stomach, and
The whole world came crashing down, and I fell to the ground. And it was the worst day of my life.
We'll return with more of the miraculous story of the attempted murder of Vidal Perez right after this.
As you'll see today, we're inside the incident location where the victim in this crime was shot. Right here where we're walking to is where the subject in this case attempted to kill this man in cold blood for no reason. Today we're pleading for you guys to try to help us and the community to get this person off the street.
Mr. Perez was willing to give up his money, and what did the robber do? He sticks the gun into his stomach and just shoots him. This was evil. This was done in cold blood, and his intent was to kill.
This guy did this like you having a cup of coffee. It's something like normal for this person to do. It doesn't matter if it's a little kid, an old lady, he will hurt anyone.
It's extremely important for us to find this person that not only did this to my father, but did this to my entire family without knowing what a beautiful person my father is.
you could be saving somebody else's life in the future because this guy knew what he was doing. He's done it before, you can tell, and he's gonna do it again.
We're here for a little while, but you, just like me, gonna have to face the Lord one day. And he's gonna question you about this if you don't turn this guy in.
And so it's your mission, your divine mission, if you even have the slightest lead, to give Crime Stoppers a call.
Crime Stoppers had just advised that they've raised the actual reward to $5,000. We don't need your IDs, we don't need where you live, we don't need anything, but just a tip.
The perpetrator had a very unique shirt, the t-shirt that said "Kicks His Fly."
We need to identify and capture this individual. It's up to you to keep your community safe.
I ask each and every one of you, even if he's your family member, think about the victim's family. You could give myself or my partner a call at 305-835-4034. That is my direct number. Understand this is an anonymous call and you'll be treated as such. A lot of people love our victim. For the very short time he was open, 5 months, to love the man the way they love this guy, it's incredible. I've never seen it ever in my 13-year career.
If you, the one that did this, is listening or is watching, I want you to know that I have nothing against you. As I am in the hands of the Lord, you're also in the hands of the Lord. I just want you to one day find the goodness in the Lord and save your own life. Because if you keep going this route, I could promise you it's not going to be nice of an end for you. So I really commend you to find the Lord and save yourself.
It's completely changed everything. We appreciate the little things now. Every hug, every kiss, I treasure everything, every moment.
We have excellent photographs of this would-be killer. He's a black male, approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall, 180 pounds, and he was wearing a Kicks His Fly t-shirt. Police believe he may be hiding in Haiti. Take a good look. Do you know this person? Imagine if it was someone you loved who nearly died at his hands. Would you want justice? If you know anything about this case, please call Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS. You can remain anonymous and you'll be eligible for a cash reward of up to $5,000. Now, when we come back, you'll see fugitives wanted here in South Florida, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with Crime Stoppers.